This video is all about the significance of three natural habitats: the seagrasses, mangroves, and coral reefs, and their vital role in the ecosystem. As we continue to the video, we are going to find out what are their roles in giving protection to our coastal areas. Also, we will tackle the problems that our society should face in order to protect them so that in turn they could protect us back from the dangers that might be brought by ecological imbalances and coastal hazards brought by typhoons, storm surge, and tsunamis. Seagrasses used to be land plants that evolved throughout the time to become seagrasses. They are very similar to terrestrial plants because they have leaves, flowers, seeds, roots, connective tissues, and they make their food through photosynthesis. Unlike terrestrial plants, however, they do not have strong stems to hold themselves up. Instead, they are supported by the buoyancy of the water that surrounds them. Seagrasses are a very important food source and habitat for wildlife. Without them, organisms such as fish, octopuses, sea turtles, shrimp, blue crabs, oysters, sponges, and many more will be put into jeopardy. Seagrasses are also the main ones that release oxygen into the water through the process of photosynthesis. Hence, they get called the lungs of the sea oftentimes. However, the most important service that seagrasses contribute to our ecosystem might be their capability to keep erosion down by locking sediments together in order to keep them in place, as well as to avoid sediments from blocking sunlight to the deep levels of the coastal waters. These information are often overlooked, resulting to their decline at a rate of around 7% annually, which is bigger rate compared to the decline of coral reefs and mangroves. It is said that the increase of human population and human activities around coastal regions are the main reasons for this high rate of loss. If this continued to happen without any actions to preserve them, the sediments that are kept together by the seagrasses at the bottom will rise up and will be all over the water, resulting to a muddy and murky looking coastal water that blocks sunlight that many organisms need. With the same reasons, erosions and waves bringing danger to coastal areas will highly be probable as well. Much like seagrasses, mangroves also play a role in increasing the resilience of the coastal regions against the dangers of typhoon and waves. In fact, out of the three coastal environments, mangroves are the most effective in protecting them under disastrous conditions. Through their closely compacted roots, mangrove forests trap sediments coming from rivers and through the land. Because of the sediments trapped by their roots, the coastlines become stabilized, which avoid itself from erosions, flood, and high level of waves. Also, since mangroves have a capability of filtering out sediments, this prevents corals and seagrass beds from being seized and destroyed by sediments. However, mangroves do not stop there on their long list of ecosystem services. Because 70 of mangrove species are salt tolerant, they are recognized to belong in both coastal and marine ecosystem. Moreover, they are said to be a bridge between terrestrial and marine environments. With that, mangrove serves as an interface where organic matters from land can be transferred down to its prop roots where marine animals could consume them. They serve as sanctuaries and feeding grounds for some of the marine organisms such as fish, crab, shrimp, and mollusk species. And because these marine creatures also rely on mangroves as a place for nursery, if mangroves disappear, fisheries will soon be gone. Coral reefs, on the other hand, are like the forest of the underwater. Normally, in minds of many people, corals are those rocks underwater, but in reality, they aren't just rocks. They are living creatures living inside a protective structure that they've created out of the calcium carbonate that they secrete. When they die, more corals grow on the top of them. This process goes on for thousands until millions of years to form reefs that cater to millions of species that heavily rely to them. for food and habitat. So if coral reefs would vanish, millions of species will be in trouble. Without corals, there would also be an abnormal amount of carbon dioxide in the water because coral reefs regulate carbon dioxide in water by collecting those chemical compounds to build those calcium carbonate structures for themselves. Just like mangroves and seagrasses, they also have the power to alter destructive waves that is a threat to coastal regions by buffering them. Unfortunately, coral reefs are also in a major trouble mostly due to the rising temperature in the ocean acidification, ecotourism, as well as the overpopulation and mass construction and development. With all the stress that they are forced to face, they release their symbiotic colorful algae and they turn white and die. Many scientists across the globe are eager to find the best solution to solve this problem. But a best solution that everybody can do is further prevention by regulation, reducing carbon footprints, and taking care of its environment by not polluting them.